a while back we talked about the animated Power of the Daleks, and unbeknownst to me, it aired last night, and you got to see it, and I didn't. So tell me all about it, Chris.
It's okay. So it is the first Patrick Troughton serial. At the very beginning of it, we see William Hartnell's Doctor lying dead on the floor of the TARDIS, and he regenerates into Patrick Troughton. And his the Doctor's companions are there, and they're like, well, it's got to be the Doctor. He's exactly where the Doctor was. And they kind of spend the whole episode just trying to like wrap their heads around the fact that this guy is the Doctor, because even he won't like straight out say, yeah, no, I'm the Doctor. I'm just a different Doctor now.
Right.
Like, he's very enigmatic because he's still trying to wrap his head around being a different person now, too.
Okay. But there are Daleks in this, correct?
Sort of. Because it is the first part of probably at least a 4 or 5 part serial, because that's how they did their episodes. They were half-hour segments, and they usually lasted about 4 or 5 episodes.
So BBC America didn't play the other episodes?
Not yet. It's going to be a weekly thing. So
is it all going to be animated?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all animated. And I
so
will
this is
say,
episode 1.
Yeah,
okay.
It's the very first part. So you see the regeneration into Patrick Troughton. You get the introduction that he gets with his companions. They land on this planet. You find out that it's Vulcan, which I think is one of the moons of one of the planets in our system. I don't know. I'm not an astrophysicist or anything, so...
Okay.
Anyway, they land on this planet. There's like mercury pools and everything, and you see this guy, like, he runs up to the Doctor and he says, "Hey, I'm from Earth," and then he immediately gets shot.
Nice. By a Dalek?
No.
Oh, shit.
Some dude. You don't see who does it, but it's some dude wearing all white and
Mystery dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Mystery dude in white.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this. So did the animation look like the old school episodes? Did everything, or did they just totally redo like everything to look super futuristic and stuff?
No, it is very much just an animated version of what you would have seen if you had watched the original episodes.
Because I've seen a lot of the old school, like Pat Troughton and William Hartnell episodes. Now, let's talk about regeneration, because this is the...
Before we get into the regeneration, I do want to say, because I meant to talk about it a little bit ago, but the animation itself, it's so wooden.
Right.
It's very poorly done. It's bad. Just the animation itself is really bad. That's really all I want to say about it. It's just, I wish the animation itself was better. I wish they'd put a little bit more effort into making it a better cartoon version. But I don't know if that's just because they're working from, like, the script. Because I think they're working from what the script said and what was actually recorded, because they only have the audio from the original episode.
Right, so does it look like Flash animation?
Yeah, it does. Well, it really does.
Well, then you know what to do, YouTube. Because there's YouTube animators out there.
Yeah.
They could maybe do a better job. Who knows? But let's talk about regeneration for a minute, because you said this was the first episode that William Hartnell regenerated into Patrick Troughton, which was the first time that the concept of regeneration was introduced to the audience.
Exactly.
William Hartnell needed to quit the show. He had health problems. He was getting old. The show was a hit. They didn't want to stop it, so they used the regeneration as a device to keep it going. Little did they probably know that 50 years later, we would still be talking about Doctor Who. We're on our 13th Doctor.
Yep.
And I mean, I could only imagine what the conversation was like in the boardroom whenever they were talking about it. They're like, "Oh, just change them." Well, how do we do that? Well, I don't know.
Just make it a thing.
Make it a thing, yeah. And it'll just be the thing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I remember whenever they revealed Peter Capaldi, they had like a whole special on BBC America, and they did like this retrospective on Doctor Who, and then finally at the end they announced Peter Capaldi, and he came out and made a little speech and everything. So that's kind of like a new thing, like who's going to be the next Doctor?
Yeah.
Which it's so funny when you talk to people, because I've been watching since I was a kid. I remember I had the 4 Doctors on VHS, or the 5 Doctors on VHS, and I used to watch it all the time. And that's when the Master's he's got like, every Doctor has like a little action figure statuette kind of thing, and he's like moving them around this chessboard. Anyway, it's got Peter Davison, Tom Baker, a different actor playing William Hartnell, because he had already passed away, but it's also got Patrick Troughton and
Pertwee.
John Pertwee.
Yeah.
So I was well aware of the concept of regeneration. But now you meet a lot of the new fans who maybe started in Chris Eccleston, or started with David Tennant, or even started with Matt Smith. They kind of, I've noticed that some of them kind of lose interest. Or they're like, well, I don't know, I don't like him as good as the other ones and everything. And it's just like, it's been such a part of my life for so long that it's one of those things that I look forward to, is a new Doctor. I mean, maybe with the exception of Colin Baker, because he kind of sucked. But it's weird to see how new fans react to regeneration if they're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
You know, because then all of a sudden it's a different person, and I have to fall in love with someone else all over again. And maybe turn some people off, but I think that's probably the most genius thing that whoever thought of.
Yeah.
Is just the regeneration. Because it's a way you can keep a show going for 50 years and keep it fresh, keep it entertaining, and then build some buzz around it.
Exactly.
Whenever an actor leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they have done a great job turning Doctor Who into really a thing that can almost theoretically anyway never die.
Right. And the great thing about Doctor Who, with the concept of time travel and traveling through space, is there's not a story that you can't tell.
Exactly.
In Doctor Who, which is great. I mean, hell, David Tennant met the devil.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And he had some serious existential crisis.
Dude, that was
even
a great
being like,
episode.
Okay, I see you. You're in front of me, so you exist. Remember?
Yeah. Was that the Satan Pit?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's such a good episode.
I know. I want to go back and start rewatching all those. You know, one of my favorite David Tennant episodes is the one about the motorway.
Oh,
where they're all in cars.
That is such a good episode. Martha Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a fantastic episode.
Yeah, it is.
And they're all just
and the face of Bo is in that episode too.
Yes. I love
Captain
the face
Jack.
of Bo, Captain Jack. I want to see him back in the series.
Right.
Fuck Torchwood. I want to see Captain Jack meet. He never met Matt Smith.
Nope.
And hasn't met Peter Capaldi. I want to see him back in the series.
But anyway, River Song is the only one who has met all 3 of the last 3 Doctors.